Hey everyone, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77. When we return, we have the Holy Stone. This is the HS165. This one is a GPS selfie drone. Right after this. Hey, welcome back everyone. Donnie here. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Big Drone Flyer 77. Hey, today we're looking at the HS165. This one's a little GPS selfie drone with 1080p camera, so this will actually be pretty nice. I did do a little pre-flight before I recorded it, and it's actually it's pretty nice flyer, so I think you guys will like it. For GPS, it works really good. I do recommend definitely go over the book. And we'll go over that when we go out for a flight out at the field, at the park. So I'll go over some of the instructions there because it's important to read this for the GPS, you guys, because you definitely have to have 7 satellites with this one or it will not return where you took off. You'll have a potential flyaway. But anyways, with this drone here, it's nice because you can actually shut the GPS off and just fly at an altitude hold. So you can kind of do a little sport flying if you want. It's not very fast, but it's fun. So and it's just a selfie drone. It takes nice pictures. The film's okay. We'll take a look at that later. But the good thing about Holy Stone is they actually go and do labeling on their controllers. That's the thing I love about the company. So this film just peels off. It's just a protective film on there. I took the one off the camera already. But you got your one key takeoff. You got your trim button here, which you'll hold the trim button down and trim whichever way you need to trim. And you'll have to do that if you're going to use altitude hold, because GPS hold is pretty stable, so you shouldn't have to trim it. You got your return to home. You got your headless mode. Here's your on and off switch. And then this one is where you select GPS or altitude hold. The light will change colors. So, and same with charging. This is a light that you'll see when you're charging it, which comes with the micro C charger right here. So you can just plug it in your computer or a power bank or a wall socket. So it makes it convenient. Right here is where you got your phone holder. So it does adjust. So you can put a pretty good sized phone. I'll probably be using the iOS little mini, the iPhone 5S. So it'll fit in there perfect. You have your speed rates here. You got your one press for camera, one long press to start filming. So make sure you long press it before you shut the drone and controller off, so that way you don't corrupt your film or before the battery goes dead, okay? Or your film will be corrupted. So this one here, we'll take a look at the drone. It folds out. And this thing's really nice. I really like this drone. And let me see where I can remember where the memory card is. Okay, right here on the back. So you can put up to a 32 gigabyte, which I'm running only a 16 on this one. Okay, so you can put a 32 gigabyte. I would recommend using a class 10. I usually use class 10 for everything, so that way less chance of you just get a better filming. So. But it's supposed to be a 1080p camera, so we'll see how well that does. I got to see the Wi-Fi picture, which wasn't too bad. You got the foldable propellers. You got a set of 4 that comes in the pack, and 4 extra screws and screwdrivers for the propellers. There's the extra props. Then you got the Holy Stone. Always gives you the little notepad here, which is nice. They give you a battery caution, little booklet, and then let's go ahead and set the drone down for a second. Let me talk about the battery for a second. This one here is 7.4 volt, and this one's only 880 milliamps. So probably looking about 10 to 12 minute flying. I haven't done a test flight for the time yet. We'll get that at the end when we go for the flight. But it has this little pin charger here that just slides in. And then you could plug this into a power bank or into your computer or a wall tablet. So wall socket. So that makes it pretty nice, and this one just slides up underneath here, you guys. So you just want the name up on top, and this slides in. And then to take it out, you just kind of use your fingers, press it, and then it'll slide back out. Okay. Alright. And you got, of course, your instruction book. Definitely go over it. Important stuff for the GPS. So definitely go over that. Because also, if for some reason this thing's flying away from you, you didn't get the 7 satellites and this thing ain't returning to home, you can't get it to stop. If you press these 2 buttons and hold them down, it'll completely stop the drone and it's going to fall wherever it's at. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you need to drop it like that, there's emergency stop on the controller. So that's basically it, you guys. Holystone was nice enough to send me an extra battery, so I do recommend you go and get an extra battery. That way you get a little more flight time. So they sent me an extra one for this flight review. So, alright guys, let's go demonstrate this. I did want to tell you which app to use. It's right here in the book. So this app, I believe, yeah, it's HS165 V4. So it's on iOS and it's on Android. So definitely download those. And then you could be able to get the Wi-Fi FPV on your screen. So, alright guys, let's get out there and go for a flight. Stay tuned for that. Alright guys, hey, I'm out here with the HS165, the little GPS selfie drone. It's kind of funny because this thing kind of reminds me of that Fairy drone, which that thing was garbage, guys. Don't ever get the Fairy brushless drone. It's not worth it. It doesn't work. This thing is definitely not that Fairy 175. This thing's way better. I've already test flown this. That's why I feel safe enough to come out here with the wind gusts we're having up to 8 miles an hour to 11 mile an hour gusts. So I trust it right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Get the Wi-Fi connected. It's 5G, you guys, so you have to have 5G. I'm using the iPhone 5S so I could get the Wi-Fi FPV. So let's go ahead and let's turn everything on. Get this bound. Alright, it bound since the lights stopped flashing so fast. This stayed lit up. So let me look for Wi-Fi connection. Holystone, there it is, FPV. Let me get out of here and go to the app now. The app is HS165 V4, so you can find it on Android as well, as long as you got 5G network on your Android. Like I said, I'm using iOS, so see if I can get the app to come on. There we go. And I got to turn the phone around. Alright, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go to fly. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see this because of the sunshine hitting here. So it's telling me I need to do a compass calibration, which is fine. Which you're going to go and press up like this. There we go. It's telling me to rotate it now, if you could see that. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm going to hold with the camera up and turn it. Camera's facing up. Okay, there we go. It's letting me know that it calibrated. So now I have to wait for 7 satellites, you guys. I got Wi-Fi FPV. It's 1080p camera, so we'll see how well this works out. I put a memory card right in the very back there, right below the battery where the battery slides in. I show you guys that on the unboxing. So I put a 16 gigabyte class 10 in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the record. It's recording. We got 8 satellites. I'm gonna calibrate the gyros. There we go. Gyros are good. Alright guys, you can do a manual startup by going out to the outside corners here, but I'm going to do a 1 key takeoff. Let's see if it does it. Okay, you got to go and arm it first. There we go. Now 1 key takeoff. There we go. So you got to arm it first, and then you can hit the 1 key takeoff, and it'll lift up. So far, not too bad. The wind's blowing towards me. We got quite a bit of a gust. Let it get its bearings for a minute. I'm going to take a walk around. It's steady, you guys, and the wind's blowing right now, so You can see it's trying to fight the wind and it's still holding there. So not bad for a little selfie drone, huh? Let me turn it around so I can see myself. Let's see how well the FPV is. Oh, that's cool. Right on. There we go. Alright, let's take this out. Let's see what we got here. 8 satellites. Distance is about a meter away, so it's reading pretty accurate. Altitude is 2.3 meters, so that's pretty accurate. Let's take this thing out. I'm only in first straight, so let's just fly it around here for a minute. You can just go in altitude hold if you like, so you can do a little sport flying. Alright, let's see what the yaw is. That's only first. Let's go to second. There we go, that's a lot faster. So there's only 2 rates. Speed, yeah, a lot better. A little more sportier, you guys. Pretty smooth. We're about 40 meters, 50 meters out right now. Alright, I'm going to stop for a minute. When it loses connection, which it hasn't yet, I still got FPV. I'm at 83 meters away, 11 meters high, about 11 and a half high. Still got good, I still got good reading right there. So I got 13 satellites. The Wi-Fi is still strong. So I'm going to take it up a little bit. Let's take this thing to about 30 meters up, 33 right there. Alright, so that way I could get some film for you guys. So if it does lose Wi-Fi, after a few seconds it will fly back home. Or if you lose connection with your controller, it'll fly back home at about 20 meters from your takeoff. Okay, I just lost feed, so I'm going to go ahead and I want to press return to home. Oh, we got feedback. Okay, so still doing good. I'm almost 200 meters away, so I might as well do a little test here. Still going, but I lost Wi-Fi feeds. As soon as if you lose connection with the controller is when it'll come back. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around since I can still see it. See if we can get anything back. I'm going to press return to home, you guys, to see how that works. So I'm probably about almost 300 meters away. Let's see what it does. Okay, it's going up. I don't have no Wi-Fi feed. I lost Wi-Fi feed. It's going up. Looks like it's coming back now, you guys. So I was probably about 300 meters away, which is pretty good. Okay, I got feedback. I'm at 140. So it's closing in 100. See how close it gets. Man, that was 300 meters. It was still going. I could do a range test, but then we're going to go over there into the school over there. Even though school's not in, I don't want to go fly over there by the school just in case they have some kind of program going on. I just can't see. Alright, it's right above me. And we're clear of the trees so far. So far, so good, you guys. Alright, it went forward now. It's finding where it took off from. It went forward. It's actually doing pretty good. It's just the wind that's pushing it back a little. But, man, this thing is rock solid. So far, I'm happy. Really rare to find toy grades anymore that do what you want it to do, you know. Here it is. There's the landing pad. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. I press return to home button right here. Cancel that. You can see it's only what, maybe a meter away, if that. So that's pretty close. You guys see it would have landed right here. That's pretty accurate. The wind's blowing it, so it's actually did really well. I like to see if it wasn't windy. So all right, I want to go ahead and try altitude hold. One thing I do want to stress, you guys, is make sure you read the manual. because when you go, right now I got half power. When this gets low voltage, this will beep 3 times. Wherever this is at, it's going to return to home, but only 20 meters away from your takeoff point, okay? And then when it finally hits the second stage, a low voltage, it's going to automatically return home to where you took off. That's why you got to make sure that you're in GPS mode and that you had 7 satellites when you took off, okay? This has 14 now, so it definitely knows where it took off from, because you can see it came right home. But just remember, on the last low warning, wherever you're at, if you didn't clear trees over there or something like that and it doesn't clear it high enough, you better cancel it out and try to get it to move out of the way, because it will come right into the trees. It won't know. It don't have no sensors on it. So be in a nice area, or at least be close back to where you took off if you know the battery's getting low. So, all right, let's go in altitude hold. You just go and press that. See, now it's floating back to me. All right, so that's in altitude hold. So let's do a little sports fly here for a minute. It flies really nice. It's not twitchy, no nothing. Let me let off. It's floating because the wind's pushing it, so the altitude hold's holding the height, and it's still drifting because of the wind, so you definitely know you're in altitude hold. So I'm gonna go and lock this thing in GPS now. Okay, boom, it just stopped. It just locked right back in. So now I should be able to go and then let off, and it should hold its position. There you go. Now I'm in GPS mode. I'll bring it closer so you can see, because it's so small. This is just a little selfie drone. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop the film. I'm going to take a picture. Let me bring it closer to me here. This thing's doing really well in the wind, you guys. I'm very impressed. All right, find myself here. Here we go. Get a little closer. All right, I'm going to do a snapshot. So you can just press this button once, or you can do it on the screen. I'm going to press it once. All right. Oh, there it went. Okay. So give it a few seconds for it to take the picture, you guys. So I'll do another snapshot. Let me take it up a little bit. Let's do a snapshot of the field here. Okay, let me rotate it around. Alright, another snapshot. Go look over this way. Okay, now the battery's getting low. So let me go ahead and go out this way. I want to test to see how long this battery lasts. So it says the battery is at like 2 bars. So kind of got sidetracked here. I'm going to take it out of GPS mode, bring it closer to me. That way it's not fighting with the GPS. Okay, this is what I want to show you. I want to show you this thing when GPS locks in. Let me bring it back over here. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go forward, then I'm going to let off, hit GPS, and then it locks. So now when I go backwards and let off, it's going to stop and lock into its position. So perfect. It's doing everything we need it to do. Now I just want to take it out here a little bit, you guys. Okay, the lights are flashing in the back. I want to see if this thing comes back to me about 20 meters. So I'm going to go out. I'm going out. Okay, it won't go past 20 meters. Look, I'm full pitch forward and I am at 28 meters, excuse me. 28 meters, it won't go anywhere. All right, so it does a fail safe. It won't let you fly any further than 20 something meters, okay, when the battery's low. Once this starts beeping, this thing should start returning to home. So now we got it like a geo fence, you know, a little geo fence here. Yeah, now I brought it back. I'm at 25. Let me bring it back to about, okay, there's 19 meters. Let me see if I can go forward. and it stops dead at 27.8 meters. So can't go past 27, at least with mine. I'm getting down to still on 2 bars. We'll fly it around a little bit here, see what it does. Let me start the recording again. Yep, it's stopping right there. Okay, it's going again. Oh, it stopped right there. Okay, so I hit 20 meters there. See if I can film my little girl. Wave to the camera behind you. There she is. There's Emmy. Alright, let me just fly this around for a minute. Get that battery good and wore out. I do thank you, Holy Stone, for sending an extra battery and charger. That was awesome. So I could do some more flights with this. We'll definitely do some more flights because I'm going to do another video on testing this thing, flying it with just the phone. But man, this thing is just super smooth and solid, you guys. It's just awesome. I really like it. Definitely is not that ferry drone. I know I keep mentioning that ferry drone, but that thing really upset me for being a brushless selfie drone. It was just garbage. This thing is awesome for being a brushed drone, and for selfies the picture looks really good in the Wi-Fi. I can't wait to see the memory card, so when we get the little SD card out, I'll put some of that film on there, and I'll probably run a little bit of the film at the end too, you guys, so stick around at the end. I usually like to put an extra little clip at the end so you can check out the film a little longer, because when I do this part of the video, I just put little short clips and a little short clip of like the picture I took, and that's it. At the end I'll run a little bit longer of the film while the credits roll, and then my video selection comes up at the end, so that way you can kind of see how this thing does. But so far I got 1 bar left. Doesn't tell me a percentage, it just says 1 bar on there. I just wanted to see if this was going to beep and return to home. So let me just bring it out here and let it sit for a second. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the film here. Okay, there we go. Let's return to home. Here it comes. Alright, slow down. There we go. Okay. Let's turn it around. So now it's constantly beeping. It's going to land now. Just scared me for a minute. I thought it was going to hit the trees, but boom, it stopped. Man, that is, wow. I think it's going to make the landing pad, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so close. Oh, it lets you guide too. Well, it lets you guide. If I would have known that ahead of time, I just stopped the return to home. It'll let you guide it, so you can guide it. It was pretty close. It came in what? God, just a few inches, a few centimeters away. That ain't too bad, you guys. Grass is a little wet. Okay, I shut off the camera. Man, anyways, guys, I'll have a time for you. I'll have a time in there, and this thing's just awesome. You know, I really like it, so I'm very impressed with it. The wind now calms down that I'm done with the review, that figures, but it did really well in the wind, especially when I got it above the tree line. It held right in, so definitely impressed with the HS165. Good job, Holy Stone. Good selection of a GPS drone. So, alright guys, hey, I appreciate you watching. Like always, God bless, cheers, and happy flying.